You gotta be kidding me. Sometimes this is so difficult to get into focus. It either wants to look up you at something very close or very, very far away. Right, good morning everybody. Welcome back to Mike's Home Kitchen. Happy Easter. I'm just going to set up my tablet here. I've been supporting lots of other people, so watching their videos. Just want to have a look so I can see who is actually... I have to turn this right off. It's been a little bit temperamental again. Yep, give me an advert. So anyway, I'm a little bit flustered today. It's one of them days already. But today I'm going to be making some Hotcross buns. And this is a very, very simple recipe. I'm just going to put my milk in the microwave just to warm through a little bit. Now your milk wants to be around about 35 body temperature basically. So just give that maybe 30 seconds and we'll see how we do there. I will use the thermometer just to see how we do. But well, we've got one person watching so far, so drop me a message, let me know who you are, and we can go from there, guys. Have I got enough lighting on here? I think we should be good. Let's turn that around a touch more. So as I said, it's Easter Sunday, and this is something I used to do when I had young children. I would, on Easter Sunday morning, I would make Hotcross bun. That's something I've not done in a long, long time, so bear with me. I might make a right mess of this yet, but we'll see. So hopefully my milk is the correct temperature. So just get your temperature probe. If you've got one of them little handheld guns, you don't need to put anything inside. Just give it a little bit of a stir, just make sure. So we can be 35 to 40 Celsius. That is good enough. Anything hotter than that, it's going to kill. It will actually kill your yeast. So let's go through some ingredients here. I have raisins, I have strong bread flour, but I have raisins and sultanas as a mix. If you buy the bag of mix, you can have the one where it's got apple, dried apple and all that type of stuff in there. I will put a full list of the ingredients, but we have sugar, well, we've got allspice, ground cinnamon, ground nutmeg, salt, my yeast. Now if you use a dry active yeast, it's easier. It's not let me see. Ah, there we go. So right, it actually wasn't let me see who was around there at the moment. It only says there's one person, but I've got a whole list of people here, so I don't know how many people are actually watching at the moment. So Food Brazil, nice to see you again, my friend. Oh, what's this going on now? YouTube chat services, hello, we are contacting you regarding community guideline breaches. You have 20 minutes to reply with your justification. Type 1 to find out more. No, go away, you've been an idiot. Channel strike indeed. Hey Sean Slab, why do people even bother with this rubbish trying to do this? Hey Robert, nice to see you again, my friend. Hey Lucas Gamer. Hey Bob. Yes, I look like that in the morning actually, all purple and but no, it's nice to see you guys here. Hey Griselda, thank you for joining me, my good friend. So as I was saying, go through the ingredients. We have a little bit of olive oil. I will, when I produce this video as a proper little watch standalone video, I will put a proper list of ingredients and method in there as well, so we can just figure that one out. But to begin, I'm getting my milk and I'm putting it into the bowl of my stand mixer. Oh yes, we have egg too. And just so I can keep yourself right, I've got this written, the method written down, because I'm getting old and forgetful, guys. So we've got our milk in there. I'm going to throw in my yeast, and we want to give that a bit of a stir. I mean, I can put my egg in there now, to be honest. I can do my milk, my yeast, I'll do my egg, and I'll do my sugar. We'll get all that in there now. And clean up as you go, guys. Give that a bit of a stir. Make sure, if you can't see that probably very well, we'll tip that over a bit. So we're just going to leave that to one side for now. Actually, I can leave that standing in there. We'll just half stand it on my mixer. We'll get our flour, which has been sifted, and I will add my spices. Hey Benedita, hey Marcos. I wish I was a real chef. I'm only just learning. So our spices are in there, our nutmeg and cinnamon and allspice, our salt, raisins and sultanas. And again, we're just going to give that a mix around. So happy Easter to everybody. Hey Marcel, 5D, thanks for joining me, guys. Why is it only saying I've only got one person on? I think there's something wrong with my YouTube here. I'll turn that off and we'll come back in again and see what happens. Yeah, 28. This YouTube chat surface. I think I'll put them on the timeout, to be honest. Because it's not really YouTube, it's just a scammer. I don't know why people won't even do that. Hey Boulder! I don't know. I had it last time as well. Well, would I rather watch a tree grow or a knee grow? That's I'll watch anything as long as it's entertaining. But I've got really bad knees at the moment, so I'm waiting for surgery, guys. So, but I know where you're going with that one. Oh, I'm Magic Mike. I'm not the dancing Magic Mike with a six-pack and 6 foot tall and golden brown tan. But I am Mike, and I'm magic in the kitchen. So that's our dry ingredients together. So hopefully we'll come back to this now. Now, I'm not sure if you can see that properly there, but my yeast is starting to bloom and goes frothy on the top. Hey Griselda. English is hard. Not when you're born in England. So I'll just give that another little mix. I'm going to throw in my oil and my vanilla. Just give that a little combine now. Now here's for the crazy bit. I'm going to go straight in with all of my bread flour, raisins, etc. And put that straight onto my stand mixer. I'm I mean, to be honest, I owe this recipe to an awesome chap called John Kirkwood. Because I hadn't made it for so long, I couldn't find my original recipe, which was my grandmother's. I went online, and John Kirkwood is an absolute amazing guy. Hey Anas, how are you doing, my friend? John Kirkwood, he's from my part of England in the northeast coast, and he absolutely kills it when it comes to cooking. He is an amazing baker, but he's a retired baker now, but that guy is awesome. So if you want any different recipes, check that guy out. Easy math, not for me, I'm not very good with math. So, slow mix. I would first of all make sure I wasn't trapped in a room by Jigsaw. But basically I just got on slow mix, it's in the beginning, and then we're going to speed it up a little bit just so we can activate this. And we want to give that enough time for it all to come together, and then we're going to give it 10 minutes of mixing. Hey Ken, how are you doing, my friend? Let's have a look to see who's who here. While we're waiting. How can you have 779 subscribers but you have no video? It says no videos. Let's have a check. Yeah, you've got loads of videos. My tablet is going crazy. Oh, that looks like some really nice food there, Ken. Oh, that's very nice food. So, that's cleaning up nicely. It's coming together nicely. I'll tip it over a bit so you can see in there. You've got to make sure it cleans up all of the bowl. I'm just going to subscribe to you there, Ken. I want to check out your food later. That looks amazing. Hey Yum's Kitchen. How you doing, my friend? I thought so. I was already subscribed to you there. I've seen you previously. I believe you were on a different channel. And I subscribed to that one. Chicken Manchurian recipe or egg fried rice. I'll take both together, thanks. No, thank you for dropping in. I am subscribed to you already there, so I will check out your videos later. I'm just having a little scroll through to see who's around here. Sometimes it will say hi and stuff like that, but mine doesn't say that on my screen. Hey Barry, how are you doing? I thought I had views in it. Yeah, Yum's Kitchen. Yum's Kitchen, I give you a jacket there. I thought I did. Hey Barry, how are you? Did you have check your channel? Look, I will have a check of your videos at a later time. It's kind of confused when you try and do both at once here. But my dough's mixing away nicely. My bowl is really clean in there. And it's supposed to give that 10 minutes or so. So that's probably another 4 minutes now. Hey, yes, we're making hot cross buns for Easter. If you've never had them before, hot cross buns are basically, they're like a bun, and they do have like a white cross across the top, which is a different pastry. I try sometimes, Yums, I try. Hey Channing, my friend, how you doing? Thank you Channing. Yes, if you're on and you're checking in, please smash that like button, leave me a message, and if you don't mind, drop into one of my short videos on my page and just leave me a message on there, and then I can follow you back later. I'm just going to take this off the hook a little bit so it mixes down a bit more. We're still not quite ready yet. Sometimes it rides up the door hook and it can be a bit of a pain. We'll just put that on slow just to keep kneading away nicely. I've already joined you, Kate, I do believe. Yep, I'm already subscribed there, Ken. Got some beautiful looking food. I will check that out later. I love spicy food. I kind of caught between, I love the spicy and I love sweet food. But long time viewers probably noticed I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost about 16 pounds now. So I'm getting there. So, oh, I almost forgot I made myself a cup of coffee. Oh, yeah, that's good. So we're getting closer. Another couple of minutes, guys. In fact, while we're doing that, while that's mixing away, so this is the size of baking sheet I use. So you want something around about 2 inches deep, 1.5 to 2 inches deep. And these ones, it's about 13 by 9. So that should do it. That just kind of keeps our buns inside of there, they don't overflow. Oh, it's nice. It's done. What are we doing here now? I've lost my paper. There it is. Now, you've got two choices. You can rub some butter or margarine in here or wipe it out with some oil. Here, Paksha. And then do it as a grease tray. I like to use wax paper that's way bigger than what I need. And obviously you try and put that in there, it doesn't want to go. So get it, crumple it up and run it under the tap. Squeeze out most of the water. But now you've got a piece of paper that is very, very pliable. And we can just chuck that in. Nice and beautiful. Nice and simple to do. So there are little ideas for you. Just make sure you wipe down, you don't want no water on here. SK Naswa? No? No what? So I think we're just about done there, guys. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on my board. Wipe that around. We don't want too much. We still want our dough to be quite sticky. Let that down. So make sure we clear off our dough hook. Get all of our bits of dough. I don't want to waste anything. Scrape all of this out of here onto our floured surface. Put that in the sink to wash. Actually I won't, I'm going to use it again. So sprinkle a little bit more, cover our hands, and we're just going to fold this bit of flour that we have. Here, little one. It is a bit noisy with the mixer on, it's gone now. I don't need the mixer no more. So basically, I'm just giving this a couple of little folds. We don't want to do too much. And I'm just going to form it around into a little ball. Now, if I was going to make multiple batches, I would get a separate bowl. But right now, I am just going to use my bowl, put a little bit of oil in there. And we put our dough straight in. Move it around in the oil so the dough gets covered on all sides. And then we will cover this over. And we're going to leave it in a warm place, which is over here on the back of my stove. But don't worry guys, that needs to rest for 1 hour until it's double in size. Depending on how warm your kitchen area is. So we want to rest for an hour at least. It might take an hour and a half. So now this is a dough I prepared earlier, just so you guys wouldn't have to just sit around waiting. Here, Rapture. Hotcross buns, Rapture. So this is my dough. It's doubled in size. I'm just going to knock that back a bit. Again, some more flour on our board. Have a quick look at what we got. Now, what we're looking at here is we want to see how much this weighs. Now I'm 1040 grams. So I want to divide that. I'll get my phone back out here. I want to divide that by 12. So roughly around about 80 grams a piece. So we can start cutting that around. Where's my little dough spreader gone? There it is. So basically what we're looking at, what about 80 grams a piece. That one's 81. So we're quickly just going to break this down first. That's a bit much. That's 80. So just work through it. Until we get all of our buns. So, theoretically speaking, if they're all 80-ish, our buns should be pretty much all the same size. And this is why we need to have quite a sticky dough, so we can actually form it back together again. Happy Passover, Rapture. Rejoice, rejoice. So there can be a couple of grams over or a couple of grams under. It doesn't make that much difference. Just form them roughly. Normally I double this recipe up and I have way more. When I was younger, I'd be making 30 or 40 of these things. But no kids around to eat them, so I tend to give them away to my neighbours. Obviously keep a few for myself, but I'm not cooking anything with me bald head. I do the thinking with me bald head. But please remember, be kind and courteous. Two slightly smaller ones there. So you really need to keep your measurements right. But we want to just kind of come in with a nice little roll. We don't need any flour now. We want this to stick together. This is Hotcross buns. So they look like a dinner roll, but they're sweet and savoury all at the same time. This is a Easter tradition. I guess it's in North America and in the UK and Europe. So once we have our nice ball, we're just going to drop these onto our cookie sheet. And we just put one. But you can, if you want, kind of fold this around first to kind of give you a ball first with all the edges in, and then we roll. So a nice and smooth. Which is better, this or a Yorkshire pudding? That's a tricky one, to be honest. These are good by themselves. A Yorkshire pudding's good with a dinner. So basically 3 across and it'll be 4 down. So please remember, be courteous to one another, be kind, be respectful. Little bits of raisins are falling out, so pick them up. So as you roll it, you feel it getting more sticky as some of the butters and the sugars are activated in there. The oils. And £3 for 10 Yorkshires. Just make them yourself, they're about 2p each. Hey Latoya, I'm making Hotcross bun. Yep. And not just humans, neither there, Rapture. Animals too. So I'll slow that down. So while I'm rolling, you're that kind of caressing. But we'll do that quick. When I learned to cook from my mum, and she's no longer here with us now. So I have to take up the reign. Now thank you everybody who's in at the moment. Do appreciate it. On this Easter weekend. And as it's Easter, for the Christians, we kind of stay away from meat and stuff. We eat fish on the Good Friday, but I kind of pass that right the way through for the whole weekend. So once I've got these in the oven, I'm going to be making some breakfast. Actually, probably before, because I need to let these rise again a little bit. No, sir, not meatballs. These are, it's flour, sugar, herbs and spices going through there. And it's called a hot cross bun. It's like a dinner roll, but sweet and savoury. So there's raisins in there, sultanas. That's looking pretty good there for now. Oh, I've got too many. That's a bit strange. Might have to squeeze an extra one in. I'm only supposed to have 12, so I got my math wrong. So make sure you get it right. So sometimes when I'm doing this, I'm too busy talking. Who knows? I believe there is. No, not chocolate chip cookie. Hot cross bun. But you can, instead of putting raisins, you can put chocolate chips in. As I said, John Kirkwood, this recipe is based off what he was doing. And it's, you know what, I'm going to do one giant one at the end here. Instead of having the, this one could be chef's choice. It's a bit more difficult to fold in. and it's bigger, but we'll get there. Just fold your edges around and then nip it together at the bottom. Well, already, I haven't even started baking yet, but I can smell the cinnamon, the nutmeg, and the allspice. It's smelling absolutely fantastic. So there's one big one. So there's my mix ready to go. Now I need to set that to one side again, just to let that one rise again. I'll just throw my plastic back over the top of that. Just very gently, we don't want to restrict the actual buns rising up. So I'll just show you there. Basically I'm just gently laying that over, and then I'm going to go over the top of that with a towel just to try and keep the heat in. Now it's breakfast time. See if we can make us a bit of room here. Get out the way. Hey William, how's it going, my friend? Happy Easter. Well, I used to once, not no more, but I understand where you're coming from there, my friend. It's not cookie, it's a bun. It's more like a bun. So keep it on the Easter theme. I have a bunch of eggs here. But happy 420. So I'm going to crack a bunch of eggs. So this isn't part of the dish, this is just part of my breakfast. Happy Easter! You know, I hope everybody's feeling good. No matter where we are in the world, I like to think we're all just one big family. So that's my eggs in there. No, I really should do this with gloves on. It'd probably be easier. And then I don't have to wash my hands and all the rest of it. So I've got my eggs. Let's get some seasoning. I don't need the salt, there's enough of that. I've got some black pepper. Hey Jack! Now eggs are much cheaper here in Canada. Sorry to say. Give that a quick mix up. We pay about $10 for a dozen. Hello. So yesterday I made salmon and I made some smoked haddock. So I'm going to put the salmon and the smoked haddock into here. So we'll get that one in first. And so the salmon I cooked with chili, garlic, green onion. So I'm just going to break that up into smaller pieces. I mean, if this wasn't leftovers, it would be a very expensive dish just to make as normal. But I'm just going to let it flake up naturally, best we can. I mean, you can, if you want, put it on a board and cut it. But there's lots of garlic in here, lots of onion, lots of spices. It's cheap. Salmon's expensive in Canada. Even though it's naturally in our ocean, we catch it local. If you live near the sea, you can just go basically in the proper seasons, go out and catch it. But where I live, I'm in northern Alberta, and it's about a 7 or 8 hour drive. Sorry, a 12-hour drive to get to the ocean. I'll just now I've got that in there, and take these gloves off. We'll just give that a mix around. And I do have the green onion, garlic and chilli. That was left from that one, put that in there. As I always say, I don't like to waste anything. Where am I from? I'm from northeast England. But I live in Canada now. I live in Alberta, Canada. Let's get my little stove. Now I hope I have enough gas. Get that out of there. Oh yeah, that should be enough. Now I don't like using this for too long inside. It is a propane camping stove. You're meant to use these outside, but we'll just keep it quick. Right now I'm cooking some salmon and smoked haddock scrambled eggs. Yes, I'm England. You're from England there too? Awesome. I'm from the Newcastle area, like northeast coast. If you're from England, you could probably tell anyway by my accent. So, my main video, Frosty, is I'm making hot cross bun, and just while we're waiting for that to rise, actually, no, I won't put the oven on yet, don't need to yet. While we're waiting for them to rise up again for a second time, I'm just going to make some breakfast. So, I've got a bit of heat in there. I'm just, the breakfast says just leftovers apart from the eggs. So we'll just do a look. Are we hot enough? Yep, that'll do. I don't want them to be cooking too fast. So if you're just new to the channel, remember, be kind, courteous and respectful to one another. If I've gave you a jacket, you can check out other people's channels, but if you check out my short videos, just leave me a message, let me know where you're from, what type of food you like, and then I can get back to you. Hey Ainsley, hey Ernest. This one is just something out of my mind. It's in the northeast of England. We're a bit like people from Newfoundland. We eat a lot of fish, or we used to when I was younger. So it tend to kind of be leftover dishes. So as we would normally have eggs and at breakfast time, making scrambled eggs with fish was a common thing where I come from. Thank you, Choco Cookie. Have a great day yourself. Well, I say that I've got smoked haddock in here, so you can smell the smokiness coming through now. And you'll think of all of them natural oils that are in the fish. All the protein, and the protein that's in the actual, in the fish itself and in the eggs. So that's awesome. You like a spicy chicken curry, Frosty? Yeah, me too. I like a nice chicken jalfrezi. Lots of green chilli. When I lived in the UK, I had a lot of Indian and Chinese friends. I went to school with a young girl that was, her family were all from Thailand, and she used to bring us treats in once in a while. And one of my good friends who I grew up with, Linda, her family owned a Chinese restaurant. So we got a lot of free food. Now, that is done. I'm just turning the heat off. The heat of the pan can keep that cooking for a little bit, because I do want to do something naughty. So I don't like using it, but I'm going to. I'm just going to microwave a bit of rice. Well, this is basmati rice, so nice and clear grains, not sticky. So when you're microwaving rice, keep it simple. A tablespoon or so of water in there. No, this is cold rice from yesterday. I always, when I make rice for a meal, I'll do it in the rice cooker, and I'll do 3 cups of rice, let that cook. So then I end up with them tubs, I end up with about 5 or 6 of these. So that's an ideal size. Yep, leftover rice. And most of the dishes that I do, a lot of the time, I'll use fresh rice for some things, but most of the dishes I use leftover rice for, like egg fried rice, things like that. If I'm making soups with rice in, I'll use leftover rice. It's the easiest way to do it. But I'm just going to give that probably a minute and a bit. It's only a small amount. So what's everybody doing today? You love cooking, Ainsley? That's good to know. What sort of things do you like to cook? I'll have a quick check actually. Nah, see. You haven't got no videos of cooking, Ainsley. Whew. Sip of the coffee time. I'll have a peek under, see if we're rising okay, we're looking good. See, I try now, because I'm doing this diet thing. It's a bit late there, bro. Just chill out, that's all you need to do. I mean, it's almost 11 o'clock in the morning here in Canada. But I normally try not to eat. I try not to eat between kind of 6 in the evening till 10 o'clock the following morning, just to try and let my body reduce that a little bit. I have actively been on a diet of sorts. Basically, I've just cut out various things. I don't eat too much bread anymore. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink beer. So I don't normally eat a lot of rice. Oh, that's hot. And I did switch over to brown rice, but I'm not a big fan. But so what I'm going to do now, just put a bit of that rice on the plate. I should really get some of them nice fancy oven gloves. Too much in that one. And we'll just put ourselves some of our egg and fish mixture on there. Any left over, that'll do me for me lunch later. Put that on one side out there. And I'm going to eat this. I'll get rid of this. And I'll go and give this over to my buddy. Right, back again. So, as I say, we're just waiting for these ones to rise. In here, takes a bit of time, but they'll get there. I'll quickly just eat some of this, because I am getting a bit on the hungry side now. Cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice is amazing. Redo sound like I'm from Sunderland? No, Newcastle. My accent's changed a little bit. I've worked all around the world, so it's a bit difficult. That's good. Liverpool? No, definitely not Liverpool. Wrong side of the country. Wolves in sheep's clothing. I think I know where you're coming from there. We eat everything, always do. I grew up very poor. Bit of background. My mum didn't work. She was a stay-at-home mum. My father was on the oil rigs for many years. But then when I was about 11, he was a hard drinking man, hard smoking, all the rest of it. So when I was about 11, he had a massive heart attack. So we went from being reasonably well off to next to nothing, and it was difficult. You want me to eat the microwave? I don't think I eat food. So basically, when you're growing up in a family of 5 and there's not a lot of food around, I used to go hunting and fishing with my uncle. I worked on the farm for a little bit, the local farm, just to try and get some stuff going. And I'm talking 11, 12 years old, I'm doing this already. So I know what it's like to grow up without food. I know what it's like to go hungry for a few days. Hey, Lucy. No, definitely not Scouse. But, well, my grandparents were Irish and Scottish, so my accent was a little bit messed up. It's so tasty. I feel like it's bad manners. I worked all over the world as a carpenter, and then I came to Canada for a job, and I met a lady, decided to stay, but that didn't work out. But I stayed in Canada. I loved it so much here. It's all massive, wide open countryside, loads of lakes for fishing. Hunting's amazing. You got deer, moose, everything you want to do. Yeah, I find a lot of people have bad manners actually, and they don't even know. But questions are questions. If I don't want to answer, I won't answer. Yeah, that bad manners. Bald head, big tongue, big heavy fat guy. I try to think, what songs did they do? I remember them doing the Can Can. I can remember more like Madness and Stiff Little Fingers and stuff like that. Obviously I miss friends and family out in the UK. I miss fish and chips. You can't get good fish and chips here unless I make them myself. I would say I miss a Greg's pasty. A nice cheese nutty and pasty from Greg's or corned beef. But I make them myself now as well, so I'm cooking at the moment there. CK, I'm cooking. Yeah, it's okay, Liam. Just chat away. That's what it's all about. Like I say, once I finish this, then we can get the buns into the oven. Have another quick check. Yeah, they're coming on nice now. I should probably start washing up as well. It's the only downside to doing all the cooking and baking. Yep. I mean, normally I mix my eggs. I won't put any milk in with the eggs. If I'm putting, normally if I want to put a filling, like I did with this one, then I will throw that in, mix that around, and it just makes it a bit easier. But then cook it under normal circumstances. I would cook it with a knob of butter, cook it up a little bit. Whilst it's still very wet, drop another couple of knobs of butter in there, season, salt and pepper. You can, like you say, put a little bit of paprika, smoked paprika or anything like that on there. Mix that around, but it wants to come out still wet. Don't overcook it. And that buttery glaze all over the top, that makes it really nice. Thanos. Yeah, I'm Thanos on holiday. This is my day job when I'm not trying to rule the universe. I'm doing pretty good, Rinko. You know, over in Canada, Liam, pretty much everything has a drive-through. You can literally drive to the grocery store now, and they just come out with all your groceries. You don't even need to get out of your car. Just pop the trunk. Yeah, melt in the pan first to cook, but then put another couple of knobs in near the end just to give it that buttery flavour. But no, you can actually, we have drive-through banks here. So instead of going into your bank to get money out, you just drive down the side, and they've got the cash machine right there. You pull your window down, get your money out, and drive away. Hey, E, how are you doing? I had gloves while I was mixing. I'm eating now. Barack, I'm doing good. Yeah, so they say you can go to the banks, you can go to the liquor store. You go to the liquor stores, we call them in the UK, we call them the off license or whatever. You can go there and actually, it's the most bizarre thing. We don't sell alcohol in our grocery stores, but we do sell alcohol in our gas stations. Figure that one out. But normally I will wear gloves. There's the gloves I had on earlier while I was making what I was making. Because I'm cooking fish here, but I'm actually making bread, or bread buns, or hot cross bun, whatever you want to call it, then I don't want to contaminate that. I don't want the fishiness into the bread. That's just be nasty. What sort of pastries did you have down there, random guy? If you get a proper Cornish pasties and things like that, they're amazing. No, I'm a little bit old for Warhammer now. I'm too busy doing this. I used to do Warhammer, what was it, Warhammer 40,000? I'd done that one when I was younger. I used to do a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons. Well, I stopped all of that. Probably early 20s. Aren't they supposed to be making a Warhammer movie? I could definitely get into a Warhammer movie. I could watch that one. Let's finish this. Get back on with the cooking. Hey, from Manchester. Is that Manchester, UK or Manchester, US? Sorry, I'm enjoying this way too much. Thank you, system. They used to be good. I think last time I went back to the UK, probably 6 years ago now, I went to Greg's in Newcastle Airport, and the first thing I'd done was got a cheese pasty, a corned beef pasty, a sausage roll, and one of their bacon sandwiches. Well, they've gone right down. That sucks. I always look forward to a nice cheese pasty. Maybe I'm making my own better. That's what it might be. Right. Let's get rid of that. Wash my hands. I'm running out of towels. I need to wash a bowl here, guys, so for my next job. Give me a chance to wash my hands and wash a bowl. Take this off a bit. Yeah, a lot of it's expensive, you're not wrong. Yeah, well, a few years ago, I had the bright idea. I drove, we flew into Glasgow instead, and I rented a car, and I drove around Glasgow. I had a look around there. I'd never been there for many years, and I found this little. It was a most bizarre thing. It was a French patisserie in the middle of Glasgow. And the people in there were all looked like students and whatnot, but a lot of them, the person that owned it is French, and they were making all of the most beautiful croissant and nice little French cake. It was absolutely amazing. I would like to go back there one day if it's still available. Pleated pies, that sounds familiar. I wonder if I've seen that one on a TV show. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I say it's a shame that Greg's is going in the wrong direction. But I'll tell you what though, everything is getting more and more expensive, so it's really, really difficult for them to do anything, I guess. So I just need some water for this bit. So this I'm going to make my, basically, it's the ingredients here for making the cross on the top of the hot cross bun. 40 millilitres of water. I like to use filtered water if I can. That seems like too much flour. Oh, it isn't. Because I'm doubling up, because I will be making a second batch later. Having to second guess myself. So basically this is just flour, all-purpose flour at 55 grams, but I've doubled up. And we've got some icing sugar, or very much powdered sugar. Well, that's not good. I say any cross-contamination, right, that's not good. Well, I've got 55 grams of all-purpose flour and 20 grams of powdered sugar. And then we'll have 40 millilitres of water. I've got a little bit over here, so I'm just going to kind of pour some of it in. And we'll see how we go. And basically we want a nice kind of creamy mixture, so I might need more water. And it's a weird thing, I'm 4,000 or so feet above sea level here, and I've found that when I'm working with flour, it can be, my flour is a lot drier here. So it's difficult to get your measurements right sometimes. The same as when making Yorkshire puddings. The last time I cooked a roast dinner was probably 2 weekends ago. I've done all the veg, made Yorkshire puddings, and I roasted a chicken. I'm going to put my oven on to warm up now. So our oven 355. Make sure there's nothing in there. So we want a nice, thick consistency, not too runny, because we are going to put it into a piping bag and then pipe it on top of our hot cross buns when they're ready. You know, they do say don't do live shows and don't do live shows and work with animals. And I enjoy doing this, but sometimes I find myself doing things I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't have done that one, I've done it in the wrong order. Yep. The Italian herbs, wonderful stuff. I've been doing some Filipino baking lately. I've been making empanada, which is almost like a pasty. I think I've got one left in the fridge. So I've been making chicken empanada, which basically I have this one left. So basically it's like a little pasty, but it's all chicken, spices, a little bit of chilli in there, onions, potato, carrots, peas, and they're absolutely fantastic. And then I made these yesterday. These are called star bun. So this is a Filipino pastry. They call them star buns. So they have the little point on the top. I was making Spanish bread, pan de sal. So it's just kind of fun with me. I say I'm from the northeast of England, but say, my grandparents were a bit of a mix. Scottish, Irish. I do believe way back there's a bit of Norwegian in there somewhere. Just make sure that's our right consistency. That should be good. Yep. Definitely try the idea with when I done the Spanish bread. When I do the Spanish bread, I roll the dough out, and then I put a cinnamon sugar kind of layer on the inside. Roll that up, so it ends up like it's almost like a finger bun. Nip the end so it can't come out, but then I roll them in breadcrumbs with Italian herb seasoning in there. At the moment, I'm making Hotcross bun for Easter. I wish I had a kitchen helper. So I just got these cheap piping bags. I grabbed these out of the dollar store. Saves messing around having to clean everything. What I use? Oh. I'll use me Guinness glass. Keep that in there. That should keep that stood up. I guess, why do you call me Daddy? I would say it's probably because I'm older. I hope that's why it was anyway. Now this is a very sticky mix, so use a couple of spoons or a spatula, but try and just basically get it into your bag the best you can. Sorry about the camera angle there, but it's a bit difficult to do it the other way. Should have done it that way, I guess. Doesn't bother me at all. So once you've got it into your bag, basically try not to make a mess if you can help it. But get your ends, pull it straight, and then just fold that around. I tend to put a little an elastic band or a clip or anything like that if you've got one. So get something like a paper clip idea, bulldog clip, whatever you want to call it, just to keep it shut while we're waiting. And then just use my ball. Just lay that in there just so it doesn't come out, just to keep the end up there. Now now we're just waiting for my stove. And we'll move on. What is it? I'm making hot cross buns, Gordon. That's just my piping for the hot cross bun bit, for the topping. No, no need to apologise there, hon. Seriously. Any questions? I'm waiting for me stove, okay? I'm only learning to cook. I'm getting there though. You missed the scrambled eggs earlier, Gordon. Anyway, that was nice. Scrambled eggs with salmon and smoked mackerel. I don't need a new one, I just need this one to finish. Another 2 minutes and we should be good. Hey Turbo Tony. Yeah, hot cross buns, especially when they're just fresh out of the oven and they're just nice and warm. Yeah, baby. It's their childhood memories all going on there. It's absolutely amazing. Yep. Do you tear it in half and put the butter, or do you cut it? Give me a moment, guys. We're still just coming out of the winter here in Canada. We had snow again last night. So my nose is still a little bit stuffy. I say where we live at 4,000 feet above sea level, so it can be a little bit temperamental on the weather. Yeah, you can steal a recipe for your show, Gordon. Yep, nice hot cup of tea. I've been drinking a lot of coffee since coming to Canada. So I'm just laughing and coughing at the same time. My kitchen's only small and it's a bit of a mess at the moment, but like I say, I'm just hope these keep on rising, okay. Oh, they're getting there. They're coming through. Probably I want to give them another few minutes. All hail thy King and Queen of England. There is no Queen of England now. She passed on. But she did like a hot cross bun, I know that. Me, I've been in Canada for around about 15 years now. So the accent doesn't go away. And people like it like this, so it's good. But I do have to be careful. When I was a drinking person, if I drank whiskey or scotch, I'd get more of a Scottish accent. Then my grandfather was from Glasgow, and on the other side, my other grandfather on my mother's side, they were all from Ireland. So I say my accent gets a bit messed up, especially if I'm start drinking. Gordon, where are you from? I belong anywhere I want to be, Gordon. I I came to Canada, I say many years ago there, followed a dream. I like the winter, I like the snow, I like to ski, I like to go hunting and fishing. That's too restrictive in the UK. Yep. So you got a good mix there, Turbo Tony. Well, that was me. Obviously, Irish and Scottish grandparents, and then I grew up in England. Can you imagine what the weddings and the funerals are like? You like Las Vegas? Which restaurant have you got in Las Vegas now, Gordon? I was only there 2 years ago, so... Hey, Sean. How are you doing, my friend? So so Liam and Turbo Tony, I'll give you both jackets there. Hey, Chevy 5 Speed, never seen you for a long time, my friend. It's going pretty well. My oven's ready. But I still think I need to give me Hotcross buns a little bit more time. They're a little bit small still, but they will grow more. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave them like that. I don't want you guys to wait too long. So, we'll get our piping bag. Let's see if I can still do this. So, I'm just going to go along. And we just put a line all the way through. The mix is going in the wrong direction here. Look, try and keep your, if you're going to make this, try and keep them straight. So, Hotcross bun going in the oven. We want about 16 minutes at 355. Roughly in the centre there. Now I'm going to give these 15 minutes and then we can always add a bit. So 15 minutes it is. What happened, Gordon? Where did Gordon go? None, you're a failure. Well, I tell you what though, Gordon, if that's really Gordon Ramsay, I have a bone to pick with you, to be honest. A couple of years ago, I flew into Heathrow Airport and I went to the Gordon Ramsay restaurant there to get breakfast. And I've got to say, nice breakfast, but one sausage, one egg, a little bit of black pudding. I had to pay extra for toast, extra for coffee. And if I wanted beans or anything, mushrooms, I got one big field mushroom on there. And to be honest, nice taste. But I shouldn't have been paying £25 for a breakfast. Now I'm hoping that was just airport price. Because if it isn't, that's terrible. England, see, I left England for the reason that employment. I'm a teacher in the UK. I got my teaching degree. I was all happy. I'm going to be a teacher, and I couldn't get a job. I had a job for a couple of years, and then that's it. I thought, no, I'm not doing this no more. I came to Canada, and it's a much better place to be for employment. And depending where you are in Canada, if you're in the big cities, of course, there's a lot more diversity. And the place is kind of overcrowded in the UK. It's overcrowded in the big cities in Canada. But when you come out to the west of Canada, we've got a lot more wide open spaces here, a lot more employment opportunities. So if you've got skills, if you're a trade, carpenter, carpenter, joiner, whichever one you go to there, cabinet maker, plumber, electrician, mechanic, and you've got qualifications, come here. Now I go to work normally in a place called Fort McMurray. I fly in, fly out, and that place, it'll pay you double what you're getting in the UK. It depends where you're at, killing nothing, but yep, it's all about the diversity, very, very much so. Yeah, I mean, also it depends. I think sometimes some of the immigration policies, I don't want to get into it, I think they were relaxed too much, and people were allowed to come in without qualification, without a good background of being able to, and they don't want to integrate. And it's one of the things with Canada. I took on Canadian values, which is it's all about family, country, and the Lord above. So looking at it that way, I ain't doing no kick flips. I'm waiting for surgery on both my knees. But like I say, it's all about respect for each other and each other's cultures. In Canada, we believe everybody has the freedom of speech. When you do your oath and everything, it's a freedom of speech, a freedom of religion, and a freedom of your beliefs. But don't expect everybody to do the same as what you are. And if you don't like it, well, I'm sure you can find somewhere else that will. So we can, but like I say, I embrace everybody. I try not to dislike people. Obviously, if somebody does something to you, they'll try and rip you off or anything, then you've got grounds to dislike them. But don't dislike somebody just because of where they come from, or where their parents came from, or whatever. So, well, I've waited almost a year and a half, but I do have a date now, so it's not much longer. So basically, I'm trying to get as much video in now as I can, so I can still share stuff later on. Because I'm going to have probably 6 to 8 weeks, I guess, of not being able to stand here talking to people and doing video. Yeah, Thomas. It's, like I said, it's the diversity thing. Welcome everybody, but can we really complain as an English person? Can I really complain? We conquered half of the world all them years ago, and we stamped our rule and authority on people who didn't want it. So why can we complain? But anyway, this is a cooking show. It's not a political debate. It's not about religion or anything like that. It's a cooking show. But hopefully these will be coming out. We've still got 9 minutes or so, but they're certainly starting to grow up. And I have another batch here that I'm waiting to prove. By the time these ones come out, this one's going to be ready to go, and I can actually get that one done. But yep. Hey Sandesh, thank you for joining me. Love back to you from Canada. Yep, the political debate. That's what it was. I know things kind of take a sidetrack. I don't mind talking about things. I have no views one way or the other. And obviously you get people asking many, many questions about many different subjects. But I have friends all around the world. I've worked all around the world. And I've worked kind of Middle East, Northern Africa. I've been right through Europe. I've never worked in America, but obviously I've travelled through America a bit. Worked in Canada now for the last like 15 years or so, and you meet Canada is a very diverse place. There's many cultures, and lots of people from Africa, India, the Ukraine, all through Europe, right the way through. And basically, as long as they have the same values as you about respect, there is no problems. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, like I say, my own personal experience has been okay. I've had a few hate. I've had a few, even on the show like this, I've had people having a go at me. Um, I did have one gentleman um, mention something that wasn't very nice, and I'm not going to say it, but I felt like there was a lot of hate behind that one, and I'm just like, yep, well, you do you, and I'll do me. So, but we don't always know what people are going through. That's why I always say be kind to people. Somebody could just be having a really bad day. They could have lost a parent or a child or anything like that, and you just don't know. And hey, Delta players, nice to see you again. Yep, it is working. I mean, don't get me wrong. I had my troubles in Canada as well. No, but being kind doesn't work everywhere, Frosty. But also, being hateful doesn't work everywhere neither. So it's a catch-22 situation. But like I say, this is all about cooking. Ooh, I'm excited to get these to come out today, you know. Maybe I should start doing some dishes while I'm waiting. And then we can just get on with the good bit called eating. This is the only bit I don't like about doing the cooking, is all of the cleaning up afterwards. But it is best just to get it done and get on with it. Oil up. Toby, I said earlier on there we're making Hotcross bun. It's on the title there as well, but I know some of these things pop up, you can't see the title. But making Hotcross buns, which is an Easter thing in the UK and northern Canada. Thank you, Save. Now I'm just trying to get a bit of a head start on all of the dishes, otherwise I'll be sat here all day. I think it's funny sometimes when you do the live stuff. Yeah, you're okay, Toby, but Diddy isn't. Yeah, that's for sure. I say sometimes you get hijacked by different topics while you're doing the live shows. But I would definitely like to be a fly on the wall while that case is going on, I tell you. Hey Batman! Hey Rara! Oh, I'm going to be washing dishes for like the next week. Well, I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend anyway. No matter what your views are, on the current global situations or whatever, let's all just be nice. Hey Jobo. Where's Superman? I'm stood right here. I took my cape off, okay? Right, let's see how we're doing here. Well, we're almost there. We're just going to give that 2 more minutes. Actually, that'll do that. We'll give that another couple of minutes to brown up a little bit. What's my job? I'm a carpenter. Well, yeah, mostly carpentry, but construction management. Was I wild in my youth? A little bit. I got around a bit. I like to party a bit, but I was always a good boy, honest. I try and believe in myself. Come on. Almost. Oh, there is one more thing I need to make actually. I almost forgot there. Almost forgot. Oopsie. Small bowl, I guess. So we get a small bowl. I guess I should do it properly by the weights as I normally do. So we want some confectioner's sugar, round about 30 grams or so. But I'm going to do enough to do the other batch later. That's enough of that. Get rid of that. I want some hot water now again. Hopefully that's them ready now. Oh, they're looking so much better now. Nice light golden brown. So there we are with them, nice light golden brown with our cross on the top. Just going to let them cool a little bit. So what do we think so far, guys? Are we looking delicious? I think they look delicious. They smell absolutely fantastic. Remember guys, give me a like, check out my main page and check out one of my short recipes and just leave me a comment. And I will get back to you, and if you have a channel of your own I will follow back and subscribe. So a good bit of heat on them. Where's my vanilla gone? Hey Rara, I'm cooking hot cross bun. So these are a sweet and savoury bun that we would use at Easter time with a cup of tea or coffee, whichever you prefer. So we're just about done here. Actually, what I might do, take these off here for now. It makes it so much easier, and then you don't burn yourself on a hot tray. But if you've got, if you have chef hands, which is a thing that does develop. A friend of mine, he was a very good chef, and whilst he was learning, he burnt his hand, and the guy that was teaching him told him to stop, basically stop being a pussy, grabbed his hand and put it down on the griddle. Put it right down on the griddle, burnt his hand completely. Now he's got no feelings in that hand at all. So it's a little bit wild. Some people learn different, I guess. As I got told before, some people learn through pain. They have to suffer first before they learn. So I shouldn't need too much water here. If I need more, I can always add more. So it's only, it should only be 20 millilitres of water. So that should be good. And it's only really sugar in here, so we'll put that in. No, in answer to your question there, was I wild in my youth? I think we all done things that were a little bit stupid when we were younger. The only blessing is there was no mobile phones around with cameras on when I was younger, so nobody's got a record of it. I'm just going to put a little bit of vanilla, don't want much, just a couple of drops. That's beautiful. Now that'll work. So what we're going to do now, we get our hot cross bun, we get our little glaze here, and we're just going to brush across the top while they're hot. That will dribble down and go around the sides. I've been kicked out of my own channel again here. Keeps doing this, you know. Let me back in. So we don't want to put too much on, but we want a nice mix over the top to make it more nice and shiny. So just let that paint away. Just spread it around natural. Let the heat do its thing with the sugar. And as they dry off a bit, as they cool down, you get that nice kind of sugary glaze over the top. Absolutely fantastic, but very hot at the moment. It's the chef dude, yes. Thank you. I really want to dive into these, but they're still too hot just yet. Oh, yeah, too hot. We'll let them cool down for a couple of minutes. Hey, Chevy Speed. Favourite food? I like Chinese, Filipino, Japanese, but to be honest, I like it all. The different cultures have different foods that I love. I love it. A nice Italian pasta. I love traditional British food, like a nice roast beef dinner, things like that. Good fried rice or noodle dishes. You go to the Philippines, you get a nice lechon, which is like obviously the roast pig. Japan, I love this. I love sushi fish, but I also like the way they do their big fluffy pancake. So there's just too many to choose from. But there is things that I would definitely not eat. I won't eat chicken feet. I won't eat fermented fish. I tried that once in Norway, and that didn't want to stay down. That was for sure. But there's some things I won't eat, definitely. But I say it's all down to personal choice on food. So, what's your favourite food, Chevy? Oh, these smell absolutely fantastic. Chicken biryani, yes. Yep. I think I made it once on this channel when I first started, and I didn't do a very good job of it. But I dare say I'll probably do a better version now if I thought about it. Heaven in a Half Shell. Isn't that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Yeah, the nice chicken biryani. Indian food is very nice. I like the spicy. Is that like a nice and what we do in the UK? They do like a chicken jalfrezis. They're very, very spicy. Lots and lots of green chili in there. Thai food. Thai food's awesome for the spice if you like it spicy. But these are awesome though. Come on. Should I just dive in? So let's see what we're like. Because to be honest, I've been standing here too long and I need to kind of rest my knees again. I keep forgetting I've got myself a stool to sit on. Ah, that's a bit better. Let's have a try, see whether it worked or not. I'm going to pull this one in half. Oh yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. They're still a bit hot for this, but we'll have a taste. Mm. Oh, that's so joyous. Mm. Oh yeah. Very good. Mm. Mm-hmm. Nice butter chicken, if it's made properly. There's a few places I've been to in Canada. I used to live in a place called Grand Prairie, and they had a place called Butter Chicken, and that's all they done was butter chicken. It lasted for around about 6 months, and then it went out of business because their butter chicken came out of a bag, and they were just kind of cooking chicken and then adding the sauce that came out of a bag. No gloves, I'm eating my own food. You don't need gloves. If I cook for other people, then I will share everything I do, but I wear a mask and I wear gloves when I'm cooking. Nahari? No, I've never tried that one. So a question for you, John. When you're cooking food at home for yourself and your family, do you wear gloves? I don't know anybody that wears gloves when they're actually cooking for themselves. I mean, if I'm doing a lot of marinating and I'm getting my hands in there and I'm doing ribs and things like that. Okay, it's like a korma. So is it kind of mild and sweet, or is it still got a good bit of spice? These are so good. Well, that's a diet out the window. Nom, 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 nom. So that's just done. So a little bit of spicy still. That's awesome. I'll tell you what, I've got my phone there somewhere. I'll look that one up and then I'll try and see about doing that one. So Nihari. Let's try that one. Like I say, I do like spicy food, so okay, yeah, I see. It's a stew originating in Lucknow, the capital of the 18th century Awadh, under the Mughal Empire in the Indian subcontinent. Okay, consists of slow cooked meat, mainly a shank cut of beef, lamb or mutton, or goat meat, as well as, I think I might have had this. Flavoured with long pepper and a relative for the black pepper. Okay. So it's rich and it's a buttery flavour, yeah. So, yeah, like buttery. Yep, Nihari. Excuse my pronunciation. So you live me look now? Awesome. So this is a traditional food for you. This was actually homegrown, as it were. It's been around for a long, long time. Yeah, I could understand if you had like a lamb shanks and things like that, cook it like that. So you got you got all the juices from the lamb and still got the bone in there, so you get lots of flavour. That would be awesome. Well, anyway, guys, anybody who's still there, give me marks out of 10. What do you think of my hot cross bun? Okay, so it's right the way through the region then now, but originated where you're from, so it's your dish, and don't let anybody tell you any different. But right, guys, that's my lot for now. I'm going to call it a day there. It's been 2 hours. We'll see. I'll see you all on the next one. Oh, hang on. Before I go, Frosty, I'll add you as a moderator. And just check out your channel again. Oh, you don't have anything there, unfortunately. So you do kebab as well. So if you do cooking, Frosty, why don't you video what you do and then start sharing? And once you start getting a following and you get a couple of thousand people subscribe, then you start earning a little bit of money from this, which covers your costs of the ingredients and what you do. So it's a good way to go. But no, but I do have to go now. It's rest time for my legs, and then I have to start cleaning up. Oh, actually, I better catch that now. A little bit of water. Right, thanks guys. Anyway, thanks for watching. Nah, love you all. Thank you for the support. And I will catch us all on the next one in a day or two. Yep, they're all originated by the Mughal Empire. I guess so. But anyway, take care, my friend Frosty. Stay frosty. And I'll catch you in another one. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Mike loves you all. Mike out.